Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Higgins from Higgins Storm Chasing. It is Boxing Day, the 26th of the 12th, 2015. Okay, we've got a fair bit to talk about, but our focus will be on the tropical low over the Northern Territory, expected to go down towards the Gulf. May or may not become a tropical cyclone, doesn't matter. What our focus is on is the heavy rainfall that is forecast for northern parts of Australia, Western Queensland and Eastern Northern Territory. You can see that already there have been extraordinary rainfall totals up here. Records have been broken for one-day highest ever totals here, 284 mil just to the south of Darwin. Some of these regions now have experienced 600 millimetres in the past 3 days from this tropical low, which has been meandering around, wandering around up here on the Northern Territory from between Katherine to Darwin and back again. Also, there's been a heavy thunderstorm up in the Gulf region at Burketown, and they've recorded 182 mils with flooding up there. There's still been further falls from, say, Cairns north as the Monsoon Trough crosses this region, although some of them have been a bit lighter over the past 24 hours. Okay, so if we take off these numbers and figures and we have a look at the current water vapour and radar imagery for Australia from weather zone, you can see the deep tropical low here spinning just near Katherine. It's currently 999 hectopascals, and this has been delivering very heavy rainfall to this region. It's also linked to a monsoon trough which is heading down through the southern Gulf at the moment, and then back across through North Queensland like that. So anywhere along this line we have seen areas of heavy rain and thunderstorms. Down in here through Victoria, New South Wales and up through Western Queensland we have an upper level trough. You can see there the black area, the upper level trough marking cool dry air, and that is linked with a surface trough as well. We do expect thunderstorms, as you can see them moving through Canberra there this morning. We do expect further thunderstorm activity through eastern New South Wales, northern New South Wales and southern inland Queensland, Western Queensland today. This edges towards the east, northeast tomorrow, and will enter southeast Queensland. Some of these thunderstorms may be severe with large hail damaging winds and heavy rain. Okay, let's have a look at the latest tracking from the ensemble GFES from Tropical Tidbits. You can see that the low is located here over central Northern Territory. It is forecast to track east to southeast. It may or may not enter the Gulf to become a cyclone. It may stay over land and stay as a deep tropical low. It does not matter one little iota if that low becomes a cyclone or not. It's only forecast to become a Category 1 for 24 hours. And it may just increase a little bit of wind speed and slightly increase some rainfall around where it crosses. Our focus is going to be on where it's going and how much rainfall is expected. And you can see on this track map here, which consists of 20 models, it is pulling it straight south down the Queensland Northern Territory border. It's cutting it in a knife all the way down. All right, so let's have a look over here at the EC model, which has been now fairly constant with its updates, and it's normally very reliable. The GFES has been bouncing around a lot. We do understand that people are probably becoming impatient, and we've been forecasting this for days now, for about 1 week, today actually. And the reason being is this low became very stubborn, sitting in here over Northern Territory, and it refused to budge. However, now it certainly looks like it's going to push towards the east. Every model has it doing so. So let's have a look. This is today. You can see that the tropical low, which is located over the NT there. And if we move on to tomorrow's chart, it edges towards the southwestern Gulf region on the 27th. It may reach the Gulf by tomorrow, late tomorrow, and into Monday. It's certainly becoming very, very close to the Gulf waters there on Monday. And again, I will emphasise it doesn't really matter too much whether that does or does not go over the water here and become a cyclone or just stay just on the edge of land. It's going to be drawing in a heck of a lot of tropical moisture anyway. Okay, 987 there on Tuesday the 29th. That's a very deep tropical low, or XTC, sitting there near the North near the Queensland NT border in the Gulf, and then it starts to rip to the south all the way down the border of Northern Territory, Queensland, into some of the driest places in the country and some of the most drought-stricken areas of the country. Now, should this happen, which we are now anticipating that it will, they will no longer be the driest places in the country. They'll probably become the wettest for a period of time. Let's move on and have a look at the next 4-day rainfall forecast totals from the BOM, from the Bureau of Meteorology. And you can see there is a huge amount of rainfall forecast still through the NT as that low comes across, and then in through the Gulf, Western Peninsula, Northwest Queensland. Look out, here she comes, and along the North Queensland tropical coast from about Townsville north at this stage. So poor old Brownsville up there, I reckon you're going to get rain, but you just got to be patient. It's coming. It'll get there eventually, but you're just going to have to be patient there. However, this rainfall forecast is a little bit concerning for these areas up here through northern Queensland, from about Townsville to Boulia north. That is a heck of a lot of rain to fall over a 4-day period, possibly a 2-day period. And it falls anywhere there from 100 to 400 millimetres. I've seen it time and time again. It only takes 100 mil to flood up here, from drought to flood. So, any rainfall totals over 100, we could be looking at significant flooding through northern regions and western regions here, because this rain could be falling over such a broad area as well. There's going to be a lot of catchment catching water and channeling it down into river systems, streams and creeks. Some of this rainfall is expected to also be heavy. That would initiate flash flooding, making it dangerous on roads and causeways and low-level bridges and that sort of thing to become cut off. Turn around, don't drown. I know your house might only be 2 k's up the road from where you are and you want to get across that creek, but it's not worth floating away and drowning or having to be rescued by EMQ or the Fireys, Swiftwater Rescues there, if you make a poor decision. And we've seen people make these poor decisions. Just sit tight, guys. Okay, so let's move on now and have a look at the second 4-day block. This would be from the 30th out and through the New Year period. You can see that heavy rainfall is maintained up here around the North Queensland region, tropical coast. And the reason why that would be maintained is because the Monsoon Trough stalls in that area. As this low comes down through western parts, the Monsoon Trough will drag down a little bit and then become bowed and arced around there down to the tropical low. But it does pull the tropical moisture in. You can see that band there coming in from the northeast, constantly feeding in over the tropical coast there and inland as well, with the heaviest falls focused around that tropical low. You can see there Birdsville, 150 mil up to Thargomindah, 150, Quilpie, 100. Yeah, wow. Let's have a look at the 8-day rainfall forecast total. Some of these areas are maxed out beyond 400. I will point that out. However, you can see that 2/3 of Queensland is looking at good rainfall over the next 8 days. Also parts here too of northeast South Australia, if that low comes down here and clips the borders there. And then, of course, definitely through eastern parts and northern parts of NT. So there is a heck of a lot of rain, and I need to point out, and for people to become very vigilant, keep an eye on official forecast warnings and council sites. I know we've been harping on this for a number of days now. It's been taking its sweet bloody time in getting its bum into gear and doing something. But over the next few days, it looks like that it's finally decided it's going to make a move straight for the Gulf and then in down the border of Western Queensland. Same with Monsoon Trough for North Queensland. Okay, over here, don't forget you can support us by becoming a HSC Premium member and gain access to very detailed forecasts and maps. We have our own Tropical Cyclone map here, or potential cyclone low, tropical low. Located here this morning over the NT. We anticipate that to track into the Gulf just for 1 day, become a TC Cat 1, which would be named Stan, and then track down through inland parts of Queensland. We have red shaded areas, risks maps for cyclone crossing, heavy rain, damaging winds, storm surge, rough seas, coastal flooding, creek flooding, moderate areas, heavy rain in excess of 150 through northern parts of Queensland here, and obviously a high risk down the tropical coast. We update these. This was updated just 5 minutes ago. Thomas has still got 9 there, but we put some times and dates on these now. And we have a significant write-up above it indicating what we believe is going to happen. Right, so that's on our main website, HigginsStormChasing.com. Home Higgins Storm Chasing membership. This site is locked. It is under a secure server up here, HTTPS secure. So anyone who becomes a member, you can be rest assured that your details that you enter into our website, both for registration and credit card or PayPal payments, is secure. Okay, very important. We've spent a lot of time and money getting this site to that point. All right, $25 a year is a bargain. We cover everything. All right, guys, our next video update, we'll flick back over here and have a look at Weather Zone for one last minute somewhere here. And our next video forecast update will be as this low, tropical low, enters or doesn't enter the Gulf waters here. If it tracks through here as a tropical low, we'll do an update. If it becomes a cyclone, we'll do an update. If not, I'll push it out to the 28th. That'll be 2 days' time, and we'll keep a close watch, as I have a lot of family members coming here for over Christmas, so I don't want to be sort of too caught up in having my head buried in my phone or the computer over this period when all my family members are here. So we'll try and keep it to required video updates, and obviously any live content will be posted to the Facebook site. The HSC members area will continue to be updated every day or up to twice a day as required, regardless of what day of the year it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, and here comes the rain.